This video will be about adding probabilities. The first thing we need to consider when adding probabilities is whether two events are exclusive or not. So if we have two events, A and B, we say that they are exclusive if they cannot happen at the same time. And then we say that two events are mutually inexclusive if they can happen at the same time. So some examples of exclusive events would be rolling a 4 on the dice and rolling a 6, because you can't roll both a 4 and a 6 at the same time. Events that are inexclusive can be something like having a poker card that is red and a poker card that is a queen, because you can have a red queen. In the case where two events are mutually exclusive, if we want to find the probability of A or B, so A and B are mutually exclusive, then all you have to do is add up their separate probabilities. So the probability of A plus the probability of B. For example, if you're rolling a dice and you want to find the probability of rolling a 1 or a 2, then that just equals the probability of rolling a 1 plus the probability of rolling a 2, which would just be 1/6 plus 1/6, or 1/3. If two events are mutually inclusive or inexclusive, then when you want to find the probability of A or B, so they can happen at the same time, what you do is, instead of just adding up the two separate probabilities, you have to subtract the probability of A and B. Let's look at an example to see why this is true. So say we want to find the probability that a number from 1 to 10 is divisible by 2 or 3. One way we can do this is just by listing out all of the numbers . So then we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are divisible by 2. So the probability that is divisible by 2 is 5 out of 10. Then we can add the probability that a number is divisible by 3, which is counting 2, 6, and 9. So that's 3 out of 10. And if we just added those two together, what we would end up with is 8 out of 10. But if you actually count the number of numbers here that are divisible by 2 or 3, we end up with just 7. Why did this happen? It's because we counted the 6 twice. A number can be divisible by both 2 and 3. So when we added our two probabilities together here, we essentially counted the 6 twice, which we shouldn't have done. So what we should have done was subtracted the probability of 2 and 3, or the probability that a number is divisible by 6. And in that case, we would have just subtracted 1 out of 10. And now we see that our answers match.